Title: The Haunted Doll Collection. I've always had an unusual fascination with creepy dolls, so when I stumbled upon an intriguing online listing for an antique haunted doll collection, my heart skipped a beat. The idea of owning such macabre artifacts was both thrilling and unsettling. Unable to resist the allure of the supernatural, I made the impulsive decision to purchase the collection and record my encounters for my online audience. The package arrived a few days later, and I couldn't help but feel a chill run down my spine as I opened it. The dolls were exquisite yet unnerving, with their glassy eyes seemingly watching my every move. Each doll came with a handwritten note detailing its haunting history. Some were said to be cursed, others inhabited by vengeful spirits seeking revenge. With trembling hands, I set up my camera and began introducing the dolls to my audience. As I showcased each one, I could feel the eerie energy emanating from them. The comments flooded in, my audience both intrigued and terrified by the haunted doll's presence. Nightfall approached, and I decided to conduct an overnight investigation, hoping to capture any paranormal activity on camera. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the atmosphere in the room changed. It became heavier, the air seemingly charged with an otherworldly presence. As I settled in for the long night ahead, strange occurrences began to unfold. Unsettling whispers echoed through the room, and the dolls seemed to move ever so slightly in the corners of my vision. It was as though they were taunting me, playing a sinister game with my mind. With each passing hour, the energy in the room intensified. The dolls' expressions appeared to change, their faces twisting into grotesque contortions. I tried to dismiss it as a trick of the light, but deep down I knew something unnatural was at play. Suddenly the temperature dropped and I could see my breath in the cold air. I wrapped myself in blankets, trying to ward off the chilling presence surrounding me. But the dolls had something else in mind. Their glassy eyes seemed to follow me, their eerie smiles never faltering. As I reached for my camera to document the eerie occurrences, I noticed something horrifying. The dolls' handwritten notes had disappeared, as if they never existed. My heart pounded in my chest as I realized that the dolls had erased their own history, as though they wanted to remain a mystery. Despite my growing unease, I pushed forward, determined to capture undeniable evidence of the paranormal. I set up motion-triggered cameras around the room and turned off the lights, plunging the room into darkness. The dolls' silhouettes danced in the dim moonlight, and I shuddered, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. As I watched the live feed on my laptop, I was startled by a sudden movement. One of the dolls had shifted position, its tiny arm raising ever so slightly. My heart pounded, and I knew there was no explanation for what I had just witnessed. The dolls seemed to grow bolder as the night wore on. They moved from their original spots, their tiny feet leaving marks on the dusty floor. I tried to rationalize it as my imagination playing tricks on me, but the video evidence spoke for itself. The whispers returned, louder and more sinister than before. They taunted me, whispering my name and recounting my deepest fears. It was as though the dolls knew my darkest secrets and they were using them against me. In a moment of terror, I reached for the dolls and placed them back in their original positions, but as I turned my back, I heard a haunting laughter that chilled me to the bone. When I turned around, the dolls were once again in their new places, as though mocking my feeble attempts to control them. As the night reached its darkest hour, I felt a malevolent presence looming over me. The air grew heavy, and an overwhelming feeling of dread enveloped the room. I knew then that I had underestimated the power of the haunted doll collection. In a desperate bid to end the nightmare, I decided to return the dolls to their original owner. But as I reached for the box, the dolls seemed to come alive, their tiny hands grabbing at my fingers, refusing to let go. Panic surged through me, and I ran out of the room, leaving the haunted dolls behind. I could hear their eerie laughter echoing in the halls as I fled, the malevolent energy clinging to me like a dark cloud. To this day, I can't shake the feeling of being watched, the whispers haunting my dreams. The haunted doll collection had left its mark on me, a reminder that some artifacts are best left undisturbed, and some entities should never be awakened. I warn others now, heed my cautionary tale. Stay away from the haunted dolls, for they hold secrets that can unravel your sanity and awaken terrors beyond your imagination.